All right, my name's Adam Williams. I'm the Instructional Technology Specialist. What that means is that I manage Canvas, I train and do support for Canvas, and I also manage a space here on the Lone Tree campus called the Teaching and Learning Center. And the Teaching and Learning Center has some online resources as well. But we're mostly going to talk about what you can do with Canvas, the learning management system, in the context of an ITV course. So this isn't going to be a full Canvas training. I offer Canvas trainings in person. We have an online training course, and we have online resources. So if you want some sort of Canvas training, please just let me know. Get in touch with me, adam.williams@coconino.edu. I'm on the website as well, so you can look me up on the website. You can also shoot an email to elearning@coconino.edu. All of that will get to me. All right, I'm going to now switch it back over to the computer. I just wanted you to see me for a second. There we go. Computer's over. Okay, so you should be seeing the computer monitor again. Is that right, Fredonia?
No. Well, I can see the computer monitor on one side and then the classroom on the other. I'm assuming.
Great.
That's what you're asking. Yes.
And since I don't know y'all yet, can you give me your names and real quickly what you do?
Lisa Findlay, I am the librarian, and Mary, she is library staff. She just walked out.
That's okay. Nice to meet you, Lisa and Mary. Hopefully we'll get a chance to work together sometime.
Sounds good.
I do want to cover the basics real quick of just getting to Canvas, just in case anybody needs that refresher. So we're going to start, after we get logged into the computer, with finding the Chrome web browser, opening up that web browser, and hopefully it loads the college's homepage, but if it doesn't, figure out how to get there, Google or type in www.coconino.edu. And then we want to use this link in the top right that says My Courses. See that, Lisa?
Yes.
Okay.
Once I have a packet.
Great. Okay, so what you see here is the login screen for Canvas. Now, if you were a student, you may not see this login screen. You would most likely be starting by logging into the student portal and then clicking on the link for Canvas inside there, and it's not going to make you log in again. It does a great job of just signing you right on into Canvas since you've already put in your username and password for the portal. So it would just bypass this screen and take you right on in. But for faculty, generally you'd click on that link on the home page, come here, log in with your common ID and password. I think what's happening, Luke, is Luke left. He was talking about this keyboard earlier. The labels are coming up and it's getting a little fuzzy feeling. All right, though. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to try very hard to not turn this into a Canvas training and make it a using Canvas for ITV. So let me just get into a course here. That'll be a good one for us to play around in. Okay. So you can think of Canvas as a great extension of your classroom that can extend all the way to your distant students, whether they're in Fredonia, Page, 4th Street, or somewhere else. Who knows where we might have students coming from next, where we might extend our services to next. It really doesn't matter where they are. Canvas can get to them and they can get to Canvas. It's accessible from any computer that's connected to the internet. And what this means for you is that you can use Canvas to send things or make things available to the students that aren't coming to the same physical location as you. Okay, so one common activity you may do teaching a class is to show a PowerPoint or show a video from somewhere on the internet to those students in front of you. Now you can have that content displayed to your distant students through the ITV system. But another thing you may want to consider is to provide that file to your students in Canvas, or provide that link to that video to your students in Canvas. This means if they're having any issue with the transmission over ITV. Maybe the audio quality is a little bit weird because it has to come out of one speaker into another microphone and then out of another speaker, and the audio quality is suffering. Oh, we got new faculty showing up. So this is your bit right here. Or I'm here for you. So what we're going to talk about is using Canvas in an ITV course. I won't be doing a Canvas training. Hopefully you can find me and get that Canvas training when you need it. But we'll just be talking about using Canvas in the context of an ITV course. So what I was just talking about was the activity where you're teaching a class and you've got a PowerPoint or some document that you've got up on the projector and you're showing the students. Now, of course, the ITV system is going to do the best it can at sending whatever's happening in this classroom to your distant students. But it's a good idea to make the file if it's something that you are presenting, or a video if it's something that you're showing, to make that available in Canvas. I'm going to try and do a hands-on bit in just a second, and if we seem like we have enough time, get you all to add a file real quick and add a link real quick to your Canvas course. So not only would this make it possible for your distant student to use that document that you put in Canvas or that link that you put in Canvas to watch it in real time for whatever purposes they have, but it would also be a great way to have that material online, and then if somebody missed class, whether they were at a remote site or locally, well, you've already taken care of them because you've got that in Canvas. They can go watch that video or view that PowerPoint presentation in Canvas. So files and links to external resources that you're going to use in class, get those in Canvas. It'll be a great thing for your remote students. So another thing you can do with Canvas is to have an online meeting. So, you know, if you need to meet with one of your students here in Flagstaff, then that's going to be probably not a big deal. You'll be able to make those arrangements. But what if you need to meet with a student in Page or meet with a student in Fredonia? You probably wouldn't know how to do that easily. Canvas has a conferencing system built into it, and you can use that to set up meetings and have a one-on-one video, audio, web conference with that student, and do that in lieu of a face-to-face meeting. That way your remote students aren't, missing out on the opportunity to meet with you to discuss their latest performance on, say, a quiz or a test. It's quite normal for faculty to reach out to students who may have not performed so well on an assessment and try and figure out, what was going on. Do you need some help? Can we get you pointed to other resources? And that's not normally something you want to do in front of a bunch of people. So you got to figure out a way to do that one-on-one. And if that's a student at a remote site, then using Canvas can be a great way to do that. It'll be a little bit hard to see on the screen, but I'm just going to point out where that is in Canvas. So it's right here. It says Conferences. And I would encourage you to come by and let me give you a demo of Conferences. We don't have time to do it in this session, but I could take you through it. We could set it up, we could practice, and you'd be ready to go. Excuse me. Okay. You can use Canvas as an emergency backup. Knock on wood, nothing will ever happen to our ITV system, and it'll always be performing perfectly. But be prepared for the worst case scenario. Try to have a backup plan for anything that could go wrong. Now, if ITV system just isn't working for some reason, you can use that same conferencing tool to get your student able to at least hear you. Okay, so you would need a webcam set up for them to be able to see you, but you could use that conferencing tool, join that conference, and turn on audio, and they would at least be able to hear you. Worst case scenario, you could use the chat tool in Canvas. So right up here you see chat. Now these may be in different places in this list, that this list can be changed around. Just know that it will be somewhere in there. So the simplest thing to do would at least be to open up a chat window and just be able to communicate with them in real time via text. So you might want to go ahead and have that as a part of your first week material. Hey, if anything happens with ITV and we lose communication with each other, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go to my Canvas course, I want you to go into the chat, and I will be able to send you messages back and forth right then, and we'll figure out what else to do from there. So that way you're not just completely cut off and, you know, just wondering what this person on the other end is wondering. You won't be totally cut off from them. Does that make sense? Another common teaching activity that can be a little bit more challenging when you're doing distance education is giving feedback. It's quite common for faculty to write something on a piece of paper or annotate a document that was turned in. Well, that gets a little bit more challenging with remote students. With Canvas, if you have them turn in their work online or not, you still have the ability to leave a comment on any assignment that you created in the course. Now, you will be creating all of your assignments in Canvas because we require you to put your grades in Canvas. So that's not an extra step, that's something you're going to need to do anyway. And when you're leaving a grade for work in Canvas, there's a little comment button and you can leave your feedback right there. So in lieu of writing it on the paper or speaking to them one-on-one, grabbing them as class is starting or ending and having that one-on-one time with them, you can leave your feedback in Canvas. And then you might also in that feedback encourage them to set up a meeting with you, and that goes back to the first point where you can actually have that meeting in Canvas.